Thy Art Is Murder just released a brand new record called Godlike, and much to the surprise of their own frontman, CJ McMahon, his vocals had been re-recorded prior to release of the album. He says he wasn't even told about this, and to make matters worse, the day the album came out, the band released a statement announcing they were firing him. Now, this goes back a few weeks where CJ McMahon posted a clip on his social media stories on Instagram. He said that someone deserved to be burned to death. Many people labeled him as transphobic as a result of this, which led to him issuing an apology. Now, this is that first apology, which CJ now claims he was forced to make by the band, only to be later fired by them with no prior notice. He even released a separate apology video he filmed that he wanted them to release instead. It sounds like there is a lot going here. But first, here is that initial apology video that CJ released, and then we'll read the statement from Thy Art Is Murder.
Hey guys, CJ here. Just wanted to make this video to apologize to everybody that's been upset and offended by the video that I shared and commented horribly on Instagram a few days ago. My intentions weren't to be transphobic in any way, shape or form, and now it's gotten to the point that it really doesn't matter what my intentions were. I apologise to the LGBTQ plus community and their allies and the people that support them, and I thought I did support them, but obviously my video that I've shared and commented horribly on has proved otherwise. And to my friends that I have that are trans, please don't take this as me being transphobic. My intentions were very different to be anything other than that. And I apologise to my band that aren't standing with me, and I don't blame them. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
So from there, CJ deleted his Instagram account, and he has since come back on Instagram. But Thy Art Is Murder on Friday released this surprising statement announcing that he was terminated from the group, which reads as follows. Our new album, Godlike, is now available worldwide digitally with an unforeseen change. Chris McMahon is no longer a part of Thy Art Is Murder and does not feature on the record. We understand this may come as a surprise, and we want to assure you that the decision was made to preserve the band's integrity and direction. What transpired over the past month was not the cause of this action, just another symptom of the drawn-out breakdown in his character and judgment, the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will. Long story short, the fallout has been immense. We were lobbed with threats to destroy Thy Art Is Murder from the inside if we didn't capitulate to various ideologies that he holds. Everyone has their right to free speech and to seek the truth. They are also free to receive the consequences that come with it. We appreciate your support and respect for our privacy during this challenging time. As we move forward, we are excited to introduce you to a new vocalist who finished re-recording vocals on the new album earlier this week, and will be joining us for Godlike European Tour with Whitechapel, Fit for an Autopsy, and Spite, which kicks off in a few days. Our focus remains on delivering powerful music and unforgettable performances to our dedicated fans. We're grateful for your understanding and continued support as we embark on this new chapter. Together, with gratitude, Thy Art Is Murder. Now, it says at the top, what transpired over the past month was not the cause of this action, and then a paragraph later, it says everyone has their own right to free speech and to seek the truth or their truth. They are also free to receive the consequences of that come with it. So, I mean, to me, it looks like a major part of his termination from the band had to do with that. And I'm sure, and again, this is also important to point out, you know, there's always internal things going on that we don't know about, and they're alluding to that as well. And I'm sure that was the case. It does seem like they were not getting along. So right after that statement was posted, CJ returned to Instagram and shared this. I just woke up and saw the news. Yes, this is how I found out. And yes, it's not the whole story. And then shortly after that, CJ says that the video they shared, the apology video that he made, the first one, he actually didn't want them to share. He wanted this second one put out that he filmed. And so he posted that one on his Instagram. It's got 23,000 likes on it on social media. And this is the statement he wrote along with it. Then we're going to roll that video for you. It says, "This is the second video I made weeks ago. The band never posted. The apology video you all saw, I was forced to make. I actually told the band to fire me as I didn't want to apologize, as I didn't have anything to apologize for. The band said that if I left, the band would be done. So for the band, I made the apology video you saw, but this is the video I meant. I was shut down about posting this."
You guys, CJ here. I wanted to talk about what's going on and about what I posted, but also apologize to everybody that's been upset and offended by this, because I can now see how that has come across, that I've offended the trans community. But I wanted to let you know that I apologize for this. None of this was my thought of doing at all. I wasn't trying to target the trans community. My issue with the video is you have a child that's 6 months to 1 year old that can verbalize a word that is yeah, and that is it. This woman could have said anything to this child. She could have said, "Do you want to be an Islamic terrorist?" And to this around the world, the baby would have said, "Yeah." "Do you want to identify as a dinosaur and live as a dinosaur for the rest of your life?" And the baby would have said, "Yeah." I think the world is fucked up enough as it is with everything going on. Nothing to do with LGBTQ family, anything like this whatsoever. And I'll always stand with everybody with whatever their belief or whatever they want to be announced as or spoken to as or identify as. But the people that I will always stick up for first and foremost before anybody is the people that can't stand up for themselves, and that's children. I feel that there's a lot of different walks of life other than the LGBTQ plus family that indoctrinate children and force feed children information and ideals many years before these children should be spoken to about these things. I think around the world, the sex ed conversation between school and children and parents and children range from about 10 or 11 or 12, and I think that's a decent age to have these discussions about sex and gender and how the birds and the bees and all these sort of things work. And I think for me, my opinion is that children should be protected from all of these things until these ages. And I'm sure, of course, there is a very, very small percentages of children that have these feelings of being gay or being trans before the ages of 10, 11 and 12. And I think that these kids should be protected, nurtured, loved, respected and looked after if they do have these views. I fully back all of this 100%. The thing I don't back is these kids that their only information is the closest people around them, and then people force feeding these things that I feel are highly inappropriate for children to begin with at these young ages. I feel it's inappropriate. That is my opinion, and I stick by my opinion. I'm sure some of you, if not all of you, have seen videos of the LGBTQ plus family doing burlesque / stripping shows in front of children, whether it's at a daycare center or a center that's been hired out for mothers to bring their infant and extremely young children to these events. I also feel that this is highly inappropriate. Whether the woman identifies as a woman and is straight in gender and sex, and that is still highly inappropriate. In Australia, you can't go to a burlesque show or a strip show until you're the age of consent and the age of being able to drink alcohol, which is 18. I feel that this is the age. In America would be 21, and I feel sure you're allowed to make that conscious decision for yourself. But me being a parent of 2 kids, I find that this behavior is completely inappropriate. Again, my post wasn't targeted at the trans community. It was there to protect children. That's all I want to stand for. I'm probably fucking up everything I'm saying right now, but I'm really trying to defend myself and also apologize at the same time for how it's come across. I shouldn't have said her to death, but I was infuriated. I'm sure if I wrote that about a police officer or a politician or a priest or something like that, it wouldn't have had gained any traction. Everyone would have backed me. Again, I apologise for the wording I used. I don't know how I've been called a rapist. I don't know how I've been called somebody that wants to kill children. I don't know how we've gotten to that point. But all I wanted to do was protect children at all costs from all things, including trans children. I would protect every child, black, white, trans, straight, gay, poor, rich, uneducated, educated, whatever it is. I don't care. I stand with fucking kids, and I stand to protect them at all costs, whether they have anything to do with my life or on the other side of the planet and I have information about it. The two most things I can't stand in this world are rapists and fucking pedophiles. And I believe they all deserve to burn in fucking hell. I'm not calling anybody from the trans, pedophiles or rapists or any of these sort of things. I apologise to all the people that have been offended, the LGBTQ plus family, the trans people. All my intentions was to protect children, and this has all gone way too far, and it's affected my life, my career, my friends, my family, my business, my staff, everybody. I'm sure my trans friends that know me well would understand where I'm coming from, and if they don't, I apologise for that. I've probably lost friends in this process. But yeah, I don't know much what else to say, but all my intentions were to protect all kids, trans, straight, poor, rich, black, white, yellow, pink, whatever they identify as, protect all kids at all costs.
CJ also shared this message thanking musicians for the support he had received. You had Ronnie Radke, vocalist of Falling in Reverse, actually encouraging people to boycott Thy Art Is Murder. He said he would even send some money to CJ McMahon. This is what Ronnie had to say. It's time to stand the fuck up and boycott this shit. Boycott Thy Art Is Murder. I will send $20,000 to CJ right now. Tired of these spineless cowards bending to this shit, ruining people's lives. F you. And then you have one final message here from CJ in which he wrote, "Thank you for all the love and support. Please, I ask one thing. Everyone is allowed their own opinion on everything, but please don't fight against each other or bully others, no matter what they say." And he says, "To be transparent, I blocked 3 woke pricks and 2 people that were backing me, but were being horribly transphobic and extremely hurtful. I haven't deleted a comment." So it's unclear what's going to happen going forward in terms of CJ McMahon. Could he be launching his own project? You've also got Thy Art Is Murder. They are going to be touring with the new vocalist. They haven't identified that new vocalist yet that's on the record. There's a lot of rumors going out there around about who that may be, but we'll let them roll that out themselves. And so, that is the situation. And I would like to know from you in the comments, what do you think of this? Do you think that that was warranted for him to be kicked out? And again, when you read the statement, it says that it was the straw that broke the camel's back, but it wasn't the reason he was kicked out. But then it also says, you can have freedom of speech and seeking your truth, but you're not free from consequences. So it's kind of saying 2 different things at the same time here. But either way, it's important to note also in their statement, it says that there are internal things going on that you don't know about, and there could be all kinds of shit happening behind the scenes. So we'll just have to wait and see. CJ has said that he wants to speak out about this as well. So we'll be looking forward to hearing what he has to say about this. He hasn't really spoken at length about this, as well as the band. All we've had is that statement from them. And, it's unfortunate to see this because they were a really solid band musically together. And, I listened to the new album. I like the new record that they put out, and they've got a new vocalist. So, bands just split up sometimes, unfortunately, and this was a pretty messy one. So that is your latest update from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands.